Dude, what are you doing in there?
Oh, dude, I'm just chilling. Leave me alone, please.
I just can't stop buying cows. I've been eating about a pound of red meat every day for the past 3 years because red meat is an absolute superfood. It has been in our diets, in the human diet, for millions of years, and you're seeing people thriving off eating just red meat alone. Now, I don't personally exclusively eat red meat, but it's certainly a staple in the diet. This is cow number 4. We're getting grass-fed, grass-finished, organic, fancy pants meat from a local farmer. This is costing us $7.50 a kilo Australian, which if you're in the US is I think $2.30 per pound. So very well within the budget. These are the 4 reasons why I am absolutely devouring red meat. No better place to start here than the nutrients. The nutrients in red meat is just outrageously good. This thing is one of the most nutrient-dense foods on the planet, and considering it tastes so damn good, it's pretty unbelievable here. First things first, protein. I mean, we need protein. If you want to build muscle, if you want to feel full, you want protein. This has some of the most bioavailable form of protein that you can possibly get, which is just fantastic. I'm not talking about protein from things like beans or peas, or you have to eat 5 kilos to get 5 grams of protein. I'm talking about high quality bioavailable protein, which is pretty insane. Next thing is the iron. I mean, how many people right now are anemic? You hear people all the time with low energy levels because they don't have enough iron in their system. And it's basically exclusively because they're not eating enough red meat. They think that if I get my iron from lentils or I get it from beans, it's going to somehow be the same. The thing about the iron in meat is it's heme iron, which is a much more bioavailable form of iron. If you're trying to get iron from things like plants, it's all non-heme iron, way less bioavailable. So for 1 gram of iron in red meat versus 1 gram of iron from like a plant, for example, you're going to get significantly less iron. So even if you think you're getting the same iron, you could still be iron deficient. Iron is going to significantly help with your overall energy levels. It's going to improve your cognitive function, and it's going to be good for your immune support. So pretty clutch thing to have sufficient amount of iron in your diet. Next one is zinc. If you want testosterone, if you want high testosterone levels, then you need to get sufficient zinc. Red meat, really damn good way of getting zinc. One of the best ways of getting high quality bioavailable zinc in the red meat. So if you want more testosterone, then probably a good idea to get some red meat in the system. Next one is vitamin B12. Cognitive function, nerve health, red blood cell formation. Good thing to have enough vitamin B12 in your system. The thing is, you can nearly exclusively get vitamin B12 from meat. You can't really get it from any other food source. So if you're not getting meat, then you're not going to have enough vitamin B12. In particular, red meat is going to be the best way for you to get your vitamin B12 in. Last one here is creatine. Now, I made an entire video about how OP creatine is. Creatine is just one of those things that you really want to have in your body, because creatine is going to help your cells produce ATP, which is the energy within your cells. So if you want longer energy throughout your workouts, if you want better cognitive function over longer periods of time, if you want to be able to focus better under stress, have long-term better performance, creatine is an awesome one to have. And you're getting creatine from red meat, so pretty damn good. Real quick, if you would like to reach peak performance, I've left no stone unturned to give you everything you need, including an entire course on how to optimize your nutrition. So if that's something you're interested in, I'll leave a link in the description below. Next thing is that red meat is going to be really good for helping you build muscle. In fact, it is probably the best food on the planet for helping you build muscle. First one, the most obvious one here, is that it is just pure protein. Of course, there's some fat, depending on how much of the fat you actually eat, but this is pretty much exclusively protein. And as we know, protein is the building block for restoring, repairing muscle tissue when you break it down from exercise. So if you're trying to build muscle, protein is absolutely the first place to start. And red meat has some of, if not the most bioavailable form of protein possible. It's from a whole food, very nutrient dense. So in terms of the protein, doesn't get a whole lot better than this. Next thing is creatine. The fact that this thing has creatine in it is gonna mean that your workout performance is going to improve. Creatine is gonna help give you more energy throughout your workout. This means you might be able to hit a few more reps in the gym. You might be able to do a few more sets, work out for longer. This is gonna help you perform a little bit better in the gym. And if you're performing better in the gym, that of course is gonna help you build muscle. On top of the creatine, which is gonna help give you a little bit more energy throughout your workouts, you also have more iron. And iron is also going to help give you more energy throughout the day. Of course, if you have more energy, it's going to help with your workouts. This is also going to help with your work, with actually other things outside of the gym, but it is going to be beneficial within the gym. All these anemic people, these people with low iron, you just see them, they're just so sluggish. They can't get anything done. They feel lethargic and bad all the time. Not you, because you eat red meat. This isn't a problem for you, okay? So red meat, because it's got iron, because it's got heme iron, the most bioavailable form of iron, this is going to give you more energy for your workouts. If you have more energy, just like the creatine, few more sets, few more reps in the gym, going to help you build some muscle. This thing also has zinc. And what do we know about zinc? Well, zinc is going to increase our testosterone levels. What are bodybuilders doing? They're taking testosterone. Why are they taking testosterone? They're taking testosterone because it is an anabolic hormone, because it helps you build muscle mass. If you can get increased testosterone without having to jab yourself with a needle and end up going bald, getting acne, becoming infertile, all this stupid high-risk behavior involved in taking steroids, if you can just increase your testosterone naturally by increasing your zinc intake from eating red meat, fantastic. It's going to help you build muscle. And that is why combining all these things, combining the creatine, combining the protein, combining the zinc, combining the iron, all of this together is why red meat is so powerful at helping you build muscle, and why it is probably the best food you can possibly eat to build muscle. On top of all of that, red meat is also going to help you lose fat. Now, how exactly does that work? The main reason behind that is because red meat is so dense in protein. Protein is fantastic because if you compare it to its other macronutrients, carbs and fats, first of all, carbs are just not that filling, and it's going to make you very, very hungry very quickly, very easy thing to overeat. Fats are 9 calories per gram, whereas carbohydrates are 4 calories per gram, and protein is also 4 calories per gram. So it's just overall more calories, a lot easier to get in a calorie surplus and gain weight. Whereas protein is going to make you feel the most full for the longest period of time, is a lot harder to overeat. On top of all of that, protein has the highest thermic effect. What that means is that the amount of calories required to digest fats is between 0 and 3% of the fat you ate. If you look at carbohydrates, you're going to be using between 5 and 10% of the calories you consume to digest the carbohydrates. For protein, you require between 20 and 30% of the calories you actually consumed to digest the food. That is significantly more than carbs, significantly more than fats, which means that you're actually requiring more calories to digest protein. You're using more calories. That is going to lead to a calorie deficit, which is going to help you lose fat. So overall, actually a really good food for helping you lose weight, because it's going to make you feel full for longer, and you're going to burn more calories digesting it. So pretty damn awesome. It's why you see a lot of people eating exclusively meat and losing a crap ton of weight. Lastly, and yes, there is more, there is an insane amount of benefits to eating red meat. We have your energy levels. If you think about the energy levels that you receive when you eat something like red meat, it's a lot more consistent, it's a lot more stable. If you look at something like eating a huge bowl of pasta, a huge bowl of rice, a bunch of bread, a lot of carb-heavy foods, that's going to give you a big spike of insulin and a big crash. It's going to cause very inconsistent energy levels. If you're eating something like red meat, which is super high in protein, it's got some fat in it, it's going to give you energy over a longer, more stable period of time, which is a significant amount better for most people. Very few people want a big spike of energy to big crash. Most people want consistent and stable energy. One of the big reasons for that is it's going to help with your work. If you think about a whole day of work, would you rather feel really high and then really low and then really high and then really low? Or would you rather just feel consistently very, very good? That's what happens when you eat something like red meat. Because it is high in the protein, got a little bit of fat, got no carbs, you're going to feel pretty consistent, pretty stable throughout the day. Now, I'm not a carbophobe. I'm not against carbs. I actually eat quite a bit of carbs. I try to get most of my carbs from things like fruit and honey. But red meat, if it is where the majority of your calories are coming from, you're going to have good, stable energy levels. On top of the fact that you have pretty stable energy levels from just eating more protein and a few less carbs, the other big one is that you have more iron in your system. I've talked about this a few times in this video, but because you have more iron, you're going to have better energy levels. We talk about the people with anemia, the people with low iron, very, very low energy levels. If you have a deficiency in iron, and you start incorporating red meat, you're going to see a significant improvement in your energy levels. And if you're feeling better, if you have better energy, not only are you going to just feel better, because you feel better, you're probably going to make better decisions with your training, better decisions with your diet, better decisions with your work. Overall, it's going to be very, very beneficial for you to have these high energy levels. And a lot of that comes from getting iron and getting proper iron from the red meat. Lastly, we have the zinc. As I said, the zinc's going to increase your testosterone levels. More testosterone, more energy. You're going to feel really good. You're going to have that stable high energy levels, higher testosterone levels, more iron, so you don't have that iron deficiency. So overall, your energy is just really, really damn good. So you're gonna have more energy throughout the day. It's gonna help you lose fat. It's gonna help you build muscle. And it's one of the most nutrient-dense foods on the planet. Not to mention that this is absolutely delicious. You can probably start to understand right now why I eat a pound of this every day, minimum, why I absolutely love it, why it's a staple in my diet, and why it's probably should be a staple inside of your diet. So look, if you learned something new in this video, if you might start incorporating more red meat, which I think is a very, very good idea, then let me know about it. Please like the video, please subscribe. There's probably some videos around there that you might be interested in, so I'll see you in one of those.